We have a pretty penny in the pocket. We're going to go ahead and pick up this blue, find a good time to back. Ao Kuang's here. We're going to use our 2, and then we're able to consume and get a double kill. They just overstepped on the wrong Guardians. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we're doing a skin showcase for the Living Ally Jormungandr skin in solo. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Jorm is a Guardian who does really well in solo lane. I played a bunch of games and I feel like this one kind of just stood out the most. Unfortunately, at the end things don't turn out exactly how we want to, but I feel like up until the end we had a really good game. So let's go ahead and jump into Jorm's kit. Jormungandr's 1, Venomous Haze. Jorm fires a noxious spit in an area that deals damage and creates a large toxic cloud. The field damages and slows enemies inside of it every second. If Jorm interacts with the toxic cloud with his 2 or his 3, the duration of the cloud is reduced to 8 seconds. Jorm can have a maximum of 9 toxic clouds out at a time. The slow is going to be 15% and the cloud duration is going to be 20 seconds. Jormungandr's 2, Consuming Bellow. Jorm draws power from the toxic clouds nearby while channeling for 1.2 seconds. At the end of the channel, Jorm roars, dealing damage to all enemies, trembling and slowing enemy gods by 30% for 1.5 seconds. Each cloud increases the size of Consuming Bellow and empowers him up to 3 times, while also dealing extra damage to enemies' hit. Extra damage after the first instance is half. While empowered, Jorm's basic attack fires at a faster rate. The empowered buff is going to last for 1 second. Jormungandr's 3, Submerge. Jorm submerges into the ground, turning invisible as he searches for prey. During this time, he moves faster and gains predatory vision, sensing all enemies in a large radius. Firing this ability while invisible reveals Jormungandr as he emerges out of the ground, knocking up enemies around him. Emerging through a toxic cloud creates 2 new ones in the direction Jorm is facing, with an 8-second duration. Taking damage from enemy gods breaks stealth. While Jorm is submerged, he's going to gain 25% movement speed, and the duration is 5 seconds. Jormungandr's ultimate, World Serpent. Jorm prepares to enter into the world, enlarging as he prepares a devastating attack. After selecting a target area, Jorm flies into the air, diving down and crashing into enemies as his body then slams into the ground. He must travel 2 more times. When Jorm emerges and submerges during this ability, he knocks up enemies, and with each submerge, he leaves behind a toxic cloud. We're able to secure the Totem of Kill. We're going to go ahead and use our 3, go invisible. Go to the pool. We're a little short of the pool, but we're able to use our 2 and get the pick onto King Arthur. This game, we went with a different start than we normally do. We went with the lifesteal boots at the start. We basically hung out in Fountain until we could get 50 additional gold, pick up the lifesteal boots, and then immediately head to blue. If you do it just right, you should be able to get the blue right as it respawns, and then you and your jungler should be able to secure it, and then you're back in lane like you started normally. And we have one more ability to cover. Jormungandr's passive, Immovable. Jorm is so large that he cannot be affected by hard displacement. Instead, he gets dazed, a fading non-cleansable slow that increases the damage he takes for the duration. Any attack speed past base speeds up the recharge rate of Jormungandr's basic attack. Jorm's basic attack does not proc item hit effects. Whenever Jorm is dazed, he's going to take 15% increased damage. He's going to be slowed by 20%. These effects are going to last for 2 seconds. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point to our 2. Level 2, put a point to our 1. Level 3, put a point to our 3. Then we want to put another point into our 2. Then at level 5, put a point to our ultimate. We want to max out our ultimate whenever we can. Max out our 2, max out our 1, max out our 3. With this start, it is very interesting. You're not going to have any health potions. Jorm is pretty good at the start, but there are a few characters that are a little bit better. Bracken and Hades comes to mind for the characters that are strongest with the lifesteal boots. If we do this start, we need to try to get a kill early on. We're going to have a power advantage, but we're not going to have any health potions to recover. If we get them weak and then they're able to hide under tower, they're going to be able to just pop health potions and recover health and then gain an advantage on us. Once we have ideally 10,000 gold, or 1,000 gold, not 10,000, we're going to back and we're going to pick up a Warrior's Blessing and we're going to pick up a Health Chalice. We're going to go ahead and just fall back here. We don't need to be that aggressive. You do want to back once you have enough for Warrior's Blessing, but if you can hold off just a little bit and back and get a Warrior's Blessing and a Chalice, you're going to be in a good position. We're going to go ahead and start working on the Totem of Q. I think this skin is really cool. The only thing I do not like about this skin is that you can't see the coolest part. Whenever Jorm is basic attacking, he's shooting out this blue laser out of his mouth, and you can't see it from this angle. If you have this Jorm skin on your team, you can see it and it looks absolutely fantastic. So with Jorm's basic attack, if we take a look at his passive icon, right now it's completely full, but as we basic attack, that's going to start to deplete. The way I like to think about it is Jorm's got to breathe every time he breathes out. So whenever you are out of your passive icon, your attack speed is going to be super slow and you're not going to be dealing as much damage. So you need to kind of stop basic attacking, take a breath with Jorm, and then continue basic attacking. We're going to go ahead, just get some basics onto this King Arthur. We miss our one. We're going to stand in it, try to get King Arthur to stand in it with us. We're going to knock him up, activate our 2, we get the tremble, we're going to get some more basics on him, and we are able to clean him up. We're going to go ahead, rotate, and pick up our blue buff. Our ultimate is great for chasing down an enemy that is super weak, or for using it to get CC immunity. And we're going to use our 3, get the knockup. We're going to use our 2, get some basics onto this Ao Kuang. He uses his dash. We're going to try to chase him a little bit. We get the knockup. Unfortunately, we're going to have to fall back right here. We're going to go ahead and pick up the King Arthur blue. Throw out our 1. We throw out our 2, but unfortunately he's able to walk out of it. 2 people chasing this Cabrakan. Oh no. Danzabora comes from mid and is able to ult us and get the pick onto us. I think any engagement onto that Danzabora is going to be a little rough. He's a very strong character right now. After going into the Warrior's Blessing, we're going to go into the Breastplate of Valor. The Breastplate of Valor is going to help us with our cooldowns, but we'll get to that in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and teleport back to our lane. They have 2 magical and 3 physical. Their damage is all attack speed based. Ao Kuang is pretty attack speed based. Izanami and Danzabora are both hunters. We're just going to keep pressure onto this King Arthur. Try to land basic attacks onto him as he damages the minions. Right now we have 2 levels on him. We've kind of been a lane bully. Right now we're just using our 3 to create additional portals and zone King Arthur off of the minions. If he steps, we're going to use our 2 to consume it and get some damage onto him. Our Soul's able to get the pick onto the Danzabora. Our Cabrakan's able to clean up the Emoja. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our blue buff. We do have enough money for Breastplate of Valor, so we just need to find a good time to back. King Arthur is rotating in. We're going to skip past the minions. Odin uses his cage. We were a little far when Odin used it. Our 3 was just short. We're going to use our 2. And unfortunately, we missed the tremble. We also missed the wave because we stepped past them to get some pressure onto King Arthur. Looks like King Arthur's going for blue. We're gonna skip the totem, see if we can get some pressure. Looks like he got blue and then backed, which means he missed the wave. One strategy early on that's really effective is if you basic attack King Arthur or the enemy solo laner, you're going to be able to get the minions aggro. You can group them up, get all the minions standing in your 1, and then use your 2. Right now, we're kind of full clearing with just a portal or a toxic spit, and then our 2. We're going to get the knockup. We're going to go ahead and use the 3, get the bellow onto the King Arthur. So right now, Jorm's out of breath. His attack speed is slowed, and he's not able to breathe as fast. We're going to go for the knockup onto the King Arthur. Get some basics. We're going to now work on the wave. Use our 2. Get the tremble. He's very weak. I still don't think our ultimate can kill him. We're just going to rotate back to our blue buff. We have a pretty penny in the pocket. We're going to go ahead and pick up this blue. Find a good time to back. Ao Kuang's here. We're going to use our 2. And then we're able to consume and get a double kill. They just overstepped on the wrong Guardians. We're going to go ahead and check their blue buff. It is here, so we're going to go ahead and work on stealing it. We're going to consume our basic attacks, use an ability, go back to our basic attacks, use another ability. This is a good way to let Jormungandr breathe and then get his passive back up. We are being super greedy. King Arthur is down, so we should be able to clear this wave. King Arthur doesn't want to give us a free back. We're going to use our 3. Just walk back through tower. We're going to go ahead and back, and we're going to pick up the Breastplate of Valor. The Breastplate of Valor is going to provide us 65 physical protections, 300 mana, 10 MP5, and 20% cooldown. It has no passive. And we're also able to pick up the Ethereal Staff. The E-Staff, or Ethereal Staff, is going to provide us 90 magical power, 200 health, and 20% crowd control reduction. It has a passive that whenever you damage an enemy with an ability, you're going to steal 8% of their mana and 6% of their health. This stack is going to last for 45 seconds, and you can only gain a stack once every 15 seconds. So if you played it absolutely perfectly, you could have up to 3 stacks. But that's almost impossible. You're most likely going to have 2 stacks. Since we got the tower, we're going to start rotating towards mid. We got a proc onto the Ao Kuang. We're able to consume a portal and get some good damage onto him. Get the knock-up onto King Arthur. Hit him with the 1. We miss our 2. We're just going to go ahead and fall back, work on the minion wave. Get the knock-up onto 2 people, use our 2. Get a nice tremble. We're going to lose this fight, so we're going to use our ultimate to get out. We get the knock-up onto the Ao Kuang. He's able to portal out. And we're going to go ahead and back. We are going to start working on Genji's guard. But I think this item is a bit of a misbuy. I think since we have 3 magical characters on our team, the best item we could buy would be the Void Stone. Don't get me wrong, Genji's guard is a great item and it works pretty well in this build. But taking a look at our team composition, I think Void Stone would do a little bit more for our team. I would say if you have 3 magical on your team, you want to go into the Void Stone. If you only have 2 magical, then you would want to go into Genji's guard. We're going to forget about the wave, go try to help our team. Looks like they're grouping a little bit better than us. We're going to throw out our 1, activate our 3, get the knock up onto the Danzaboro, use our 2. We're able to clean up the Danzaboro. We're going to start falling back now that we got our pick. We're going to use our 3. They can see us because they got damage onto us. And Kabrakan's able to get the pick onto Ao Kuang. They're able to secure the Pyromancer. So how do we want to use Jorm in team fights? Jorm has the Tremble, the Slow, and the Knock Up, which are great CC effects to have in a team fight. In a team fight, if you throw out your 1, a lot of the times, enemies are either going to just walk through it or right past it. So you need to try to set them up in a position where whenever an enemy walks over it, they're going to be slowed, and that can help your team out. We don't quite have enough money for Genji's guard, so we're going to stick around just a little bit longer. Ao Kuang is here, we might be in a little bit of trouble. For our second relic, we went with Thorns. I think Shell is also a very acceptable second relic. Looks like Odin's in a little bit of trouble, but it also looks like he's able to get out. Kraken's rotating in. Soul is not far behind. We're going to throw out our 1, activate our 3. Come in, get the knockup. We're going to use our 2. Get some good damage. Unfortunately, there's not enough to save Kraken. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate because we're in a bit of trouble. Jump over the wall. The knockup onto 1. We're going to throw out our 1. Jump, use our 2, and we're able to get the pick onto the Moja. We're going to keep landing basics onto the King Arthur. And he's able to blink away. We're going to go ahead and back and pick up Genji's guard. Genji's guard is going to provide us 150 health, 70 magical protections, 40 MP5, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that whenever you take magical damage from an ability, you're going to gain 3 seconds off of all of your cooldowns. This can only occur once every 30 seconds. We get taunted, that cancels our 2. We get some basics. We get the 1 onto Izanami, and we go down. Looks like they're able to secure the Oni Fury, so now that puts us on the defense. They're going to have an enhanced minion wave in each lane. going to go ahead and rotate right, clean up the Oni minions that are going to be attacking the right tower in just a moment. The Oni minions on the left are pretty far pushed up. We get the knock up onto the King Arthur. Stone of Binding is also a really good item on Jormungandr because it allows you to remove 10% or 10 of their protections whenever you land your 2 or your 3 onto the enemy.
Enemies incoming! Enemies have returned to the base.
We call out that King Arthur is missing. We're going to rotate to the team fight. Get the knock up on the King Arthur, use our 2. We get CC'd by the Emoja. Denzabora's here, we're in a little bit of trouble. We're going to use our 3, get the knock up, use our 2. We get taunted. We are execution threshold, so we're going to use our ultimate. Jump in on this Danzabora, get some good damage. We get taunted. The taunt is just too good. We're going to use our 3 to gain 25% movement speed. Danzabora stayed on the blue buff for some reason. I'm going to throw out our 1, use our 2, basics attacks, and we're able to get the pick onto the Danzabora. We should be able to secure this Pyromancer. Maybe even the Fire Giant. I don't know if we're going to make that play. We definitely could. We could buy the upgraded teleport glyph and then just teleport in. But Izanami was pinged on that ward, so she's nearby. We're going to go ahead and pick up the blue buff and then back. We just got the Pyromancer, so we should save our relic teleport glyph. Yeah, this is a little bit of a misplay. We just got Pyromancer. By teleporting, we're not taking advantage of the Pyromancer buff, which increases your movement speed by 45% for 15 seconds once you leave the fountain. There's a nice grouping in mid. We're going to go ahead and rotate, see if we can get behind them.
Retreat right lane. Enemies incoming. Attack middle lane.
Okay.
Careful middle. It's
Ultimate is ready.
It's a trap.
We're going to have to avoid this Umoja ultimate. So our combo did not do that much damage. Right now we're more tanky than hybridy. So our damage is not going to be fantastic, but hopefully we can disrupt. I think in this build, we should have gone with Voidstone. If we wanted to be a little bit more damagey for our physical defense, we could go into Mystical Mail, or we could go into, oh, I'm forgetting the name, Celestial Nighthelm, I believe it is called. Odin gets executed. It was a 2-for-2 trade. We're going to stay close to our teammates. Alquang is nearby. He's going for the Cabrakan. He's able to get the pick onto the Cabrakan. We're chasing him down. I don't think we have the damage. We're going to pop our Thorns. We use our 2, and Soul is able to clean him up. Okay, so we did have the damage. So we went over what we would do if we wanted to be a little bit more damagey and go hybrid with our physical. If we wanted to be more damagey and hybrid with our magical, I think Voidstone is the best option. I don't think Silly would be that great on Jormungandr. So we just had enough money for the Mantle of Discord. The Mantle of Discord is going to provide us 60 physical protections, 60 magical protections, and 10% cooldown reduction. Mantle of Discord has a passive that if we fall below 30% health, we're going to unleash a shockwave that stuns enemies for 1 second and provides us with 1 second of CC immunity. This can only occur once every 90 seconds. The enemy team was able to secure Fire Giant. We thought they might be going onto the Gold Fury, so we use our ultimate. A lot of people here. We're going to get our knock up. We're going to use our 2. We just used our ultimate, so we're in a little bit of a pickle right here. Mantle of Discord gets activated.
Retreat!
The Mojo ultimate, we're going to use our 2. We get the Tremble onto the King Arthur. We've lost 2 for 1 trade. Not worth it so far. And Ao Kuang is chasing. We're going to get the knock up onto him. We are within execution threshold.
Retreat!
I'll defend.
I think the Ethereal Staff is a pretty good hybrid item. Mantle of Discord is just always nice to have. Danzabora on the enemy team is able to secure the mid tower. It looks like they're going for the Primal Fury in left. So the Oni Fury will spawn an enhanced minion wave, and the Primal Fury will give the enemy team that secures it a 5% damage increase to all jungle camps. We get the knockup. We're going to use our 2. That buys Soul a little bit of time, but not enough. There's 4 people pushing mid. Danzabora is on that right tower. Right now we're trying to help out with the fight in mid, but somebody needs to go check Danzabora over and right. We see he's there. We're going to use our ultimate, try to get over there as quick as possible. And he's able to secure it, which is super unfortunate. We get taunted before we can use our 3 to come back up and get the knockup. You keep getting stunned out of our 2, so that's going to make us wait a little bit longer before we can activate it.
On my way.
Oh no, one of my guys got killed!
With a Phoenix down, we're in a little bit of trouble. We don't have our traditional bursty mage. We have a Soul who is more of a carry. But the enemy team has 2 hunters, so I feel like it's somewhat appropriate. We're going to get our 2 off, get our basics, prevent the Danzabora from going into the leaf form. Throw out our 1, activate our 3. Just trying to create as many toxic portals as possible. Some no play zones, even though they're able to play on them. We gotta keep Danzabora off of the Phoenix. We're gonna use our ultimate. Aiming for the Danzabora. Looks like he's able to get out. We're just gonna fall back to the Phoenix. We're gonna go ahead and back. Looks like Odin is a little overextended.
Save yourself!
Odin goes down. Our Danzabora goes down. Now we're in a little bit of trouble. King Arthur's pretty weak. We get taunted by the Danzabora again. Right now we're just trying to defend this Phoenix. Izanami's pushing left, so she's about to be on the left Phoenix. Things are not looking good. Danzabora just went straight for the Titan. We're going to go ahead and use our 2. We're the last person alive. I do not think we're going to be able to defend against this. I feel like it all fell apart once the enemy team got the Oni free. Their Danzabora just did some work. Then they were able to secure the Fire Giant and then really kind of pick apart our team. They're working on the Titan. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. Aim for the carries. Oh, looks like we're going to pass up on our ultimate. Just go straight for the carries. And the enemy team is able to secure the victory. Well, I thought we had a good game. I really did. I feel like we really bullied that King Arthur. We rotated at appropriate times. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.